Have you ever come across this kind of error while surfing on the internet? It may be that the web page
The consumer
you're trying
internet
to
connects
access
about
has
5
been
billion
censored.
devices. Think about all the new business models that came about, all the changes in our lives. And now imagine we connect 50 billion devices to each other. Devices that run manufacturing floors, that run energy plants, that run healthcare systems.
Contrary
what
to
kind of value
popular
can
belief,
they create
the
in the
internet
world?
is
What kind
not
of business
as free
models
and open
can
as one
happen
might
through
think.
this?
We need
All of our
businesses
activity
to
on the
rethink
internet
their
passes
business
through the
models.
hands
You
of
got to
private
start looking
corporations,
differently at your consumer
and they decide
relationship, the
what
way
you
you
can
price
say
your
or
products,
see
the way
on
you
the internet.
provide the services.
In China,
And increasingly
for
we
example,
see you
the
don't pay
government
for a
actively
product per se,
instructs
but
internet
increasingly
service
you pay for a
providers and their
service.
content
You
hosts
see
to
increasing
police their
importance of these
services.
ecosystems that
They
together
even
start
go as
creating
far
these
as
tremendous
handing
new
out internet
solutions that dramatically can
self-discipline
improve people's
to
lives.
companies that
We can
contribute
really
the most
increase
to a
the utilization
harmonious
rate
and
of
healthy
products.
internet development.
Today, a utilization rate of cars is
ceremony I
maybe
attended in
15%.
2009,
Half of the time is used to search for
the
parking
top 20
spaces or standing in
websites in
traffic
China
jams.
received what's
Using
called
data and
self-discipline
software,
award.
we will be enabled
And
to
Robin Lee,
automate
the
driving.
CEO of
We will bring
Baidu,
up
was
the
one of
utilization
those
rate, and I think the same might happen to the
and
industry.
so this
We will
is
see
one of the
devices that
features
no
of Chinese
longer
internet
fail or are
censorship
repaired before
and
the failure
surveillance
happens. And that will change the way
it's
that we buy
actually
products.
carried
It will
out
change the way we
primarily
rent
by
products. It will
private
change the way
sector
we
companies.
think about products.
And that
In the past, the focus was on
companies
automation
that
of muscle
run
work. In
China's
the future,
internet services
software
and
will really help us
platforms
to
are
automate
acting as
knowledge
an
to
extension
come
of
up
state
with better
power.
decisions, faster
It
decisions.
may not surprise you that this
The
kind of
skill
censorship
set
takes
required
place
for
in
jobs in
authoritarian
manufacturing
regimes,
will dramatically
but similar
change.
kinds of
We would see
censorship
far more
can also
white-collar
occur in
workers in
Western
factories than
democracies.
what we have today. We will see many products being offered as services.
Some people estimate that the industrial Internet of Things is as big as the entire US economy. Capturing that benefit, creating the right framework, engaging the right parties is essential so that at the end of the day, the benefits can outweigh the risks.
There are some pretty significant questions that leaders within those organizations have. By coming together and sharing perspectives and understanding how others are thinking about these issues, they can collectively come up with better approaches to be
Internet
able
service
to
providers
create the
around the
enabling
world
environment,
receive
as well as
many requests
individually
from Western
walk away
governments
with
to
a more
block or
informed
remove
position
content.
to make
In
individual
2010,
decisions.
Google
ability
started
to
releasing
rethink
data
products
about
and
the requests
services,
they received
reinvent
and
business
how often
models,
they
and
complied.
retrain and retool.
One of the great challenges that
Doing
we all
this
face
and
in
more
this
will be
space
important
is
to make
the
sure that this
total
trend, the industrial Internet of Things, doesn't just deliver the business and economic advantage, but also the human advantage.
Much to its
It's the
credit,
people behind it that have the power to make
has
it truly
released
transformative.
information about the government requests it receives for takedowns and made that public on a country-by-country basis, not quite in real time, but in fairly real time. That's a really remarkable step in giving us all a window into the challenges that particular companies are faced to address with the requests they get from governments.
We're talking about corporations that serve as intermediaries, platforms for information flow between people and among people. And they may find themselves in a position where they are pressured or asked or demanded that they not permit certain information flows to take place. The idea would be, look, we're just a company. If a government asks us to do something and we're on their turf, we usually have no choice but to go ahead and censor.
ISPs often remove or block content when governments ask, but they also do it without prompting or coercion. There are many examples of how private companies control the flow of information on their platforms, be it for legal, ethical, economic, or other reasons. Shortly after the so-called slut walks against male chauvinism in Brazil, it was reported that Facebook had removed pictures of the protest including bare-chested women. These images have since been deleted by Facebook for violating the Declaration of Rights and Responsibilities, as outlined by the online service. Flickr as well was caught removing content. In early 2011, Hossam El Hamalawi discovered that Flickr deleted his uploaded photos of police officers from Egypt's state security force. He later learned that this happened because the pictures were taken by someone else, a violation of the site's community rules. Apple is also known for the severe control they exercise over their App Store. At its launch in 2008, Steve Jobs announced that the platform isn't open to every app, for a variety of reasons.
Will there be limitations? Of course. There are going to be some apps that we're not going to distribute.
The ambiguous unforeseen, in particular, gives Apple a free hand to filter as they see fit.
Somebody came up with a baby shaking game on the iPhone, and offered it up in the store, and then a bunch of people said shaken baby syndrome is a serious problem. Apple, do the right thing, get rid of it. And Apple got rid of it. And I think that can be pretty dangerous, because now you've got highly risk-averse companies, like on the margin, what do they need this kind of pressure for? And they'll get rid of not just shaken baby, but as happened with Apple, they got rid of an app that was simply a countdown to the end of George W. Bush's presidential term. That's all it was just a timer called Freedom Time, to counting down to the end of an era, and instead of era. They didn't allow the app because they don't want to get in the crossfire. And that's dangerous for a healthy society.
In short, people often look at the internet as a free and open public space. The reality, however, is that the vast majority of online space is privately owned. Online, people are limited to what internet service providers and content hosts allow them to do and see. Sometimes they restrict content because of government pressure, but sometimes they do it on their own initiative. We need to be aware that censorship is not just something that happens in authoritarian regimes, but actually occurs all over the world. So be aware, you can't always stop these practices, but if you can't reach the content you're looking for, you can report it to herdict.org to help make censorship more transparent. For more information about these kinds of censorship, visit the Berkman website.